Bonjour à tous, Jim Apil Pini Manalo, je suis durant San Luis Batangas, July 19 and je suis entry au College Roman. Wide fertile plains dominate most the north of the north and west, making France the agricultural epicenter of Europe. The sprawling forested plateau of the massive central, a range of ancient mountains and extinct volcanoes occupies France's southern interior. The Eiffel Tower is one of Paris' most famous attractions. Trees are seven major plantains in France: the Continental Peninsula, the Brittany Peninsula, the Channel Islands, Corsica, the Alps, Gorges du Verdon, and various coastal lands. Taken as whole, France resembles a pentagon and is bordered by 8 countries including Italy, Germany, Switzerland. Name of the country: France, Germany, India, Ireland. Current population size: 67.39 million. Before the tricolor was adopted, the royal government used many flags, the best known being a blue shield and gold fleur-de-lis. The royal arms of France on a white background or state flag. Early in the French Revolution, the Paris militia, which played a prominent role in the storming of the Bastille, wore a cockade of blue and red, the city's traditional colors. According to French General Gilbert du Moutier, Marquis de Lafayette, white was the ancient French color and was added to the militia cockade. To form a tricolor of national cockade of France. This cockade became part of the uniform of the National Guard, which succeeded militia and was commanded by Lafayette. The colors and design of the cockade are the basis of the tricolor flag, adopted in 1790, originally with the red nearest to the flagpole and the blue farthest from it, a modified design by Jacques-Louis David. Was adopted in 1794. The royal white flag was used during the Bourbon Restoration. From 1815 to 1830, the tricolor was brought back after the July Revolution and has been used since then, except for an interruption for a few days in 1848. Paris City and capital of France, situated in the north-central part of the country. People were leaving the site of the present-day city, located along the Seine River, some 233 miles, 370 km upstream from the river's mouth on the English Channel, La Manche, by about 7,600 BCE. The modern city has spread from the island. The legal reform, known as the Edict of Villers, Conquérets 1539, however, established Prussian as the only official language. as opposed to both Latin and other dialects after it proved to be the most popular written form. France is an independent nation in Western Europe and the center of a large overseas administration. It is the third largest European nation after Russia and Ukraine. In ancient times, France was part of the Celtic territory known as Gaul or Gallia. Its present name is derived from the Latin Francia, meaning country of the Franks, a Germanic people who conquered the area. During the 5th century, at the time of the fall of the Western Roman Empire, it became a separate country in the 19th century. Since the 17th century, France has played a major role in European and world events. In the 20th century, at the time of the fall of the Western Roman Empire, it became a separate country in the 9th century. In European in world events, in the 20th century it has experienced numerous crises, including the devastation of two world wars, political and social upheavals, and the loss of a large empire in Algeria and West and Equatorial Africa. It has, however, survived and emerged from the ruins of World War II to become an important world supplier of agricultural and industrial products, and European Community (EC) are more common market. Today, the term Metropolitan France refers to the mainland department and Corsica, a large island located in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of France. Since 1768, France has 6 overseas departments. Because France is divided into many different regions, there is actually no national dress. Each French region has their own traditional dress, and they are very different from each other. Nowadays, the regional costumes are just worn. Voila! This sample yet impressive recipe is inspired by French bistro cuisine. In this classic confit, the chicken is salted and seasoned with herb, then slowly cooked in olive oil to make it rich and tender. Onion soup. See out the winter with this fragrant French onion soup. Don't forget the cheesy croutons. This traditional French fish soup infused with saffron, orange, thyme, and chili is one of the most popular recipes and tastes come. Originally, Michoacán was an open toasted pie with smoked bacon. It is only the more modern version that adds cheese to the mix. Navarin is a French lamb breakout or stew. The lamb is cooked low and slow until it melts in the mouth. Monsieur, only in France called the humble cheese and ham. Toasty be turned into a gourmet fare. Add poached or fried egg on top to turn it into the quality stylish croquis mudding. The capital of this stunning country is one of the hottest tourist destinations in the entire world, with several attractions that make this country famous worldwide. And we will go through them all. But we will also go through other attractions that really put this country on the map. For international travelers, people, landmarks, festival, and all other things that are so truly French. Keep reading to find out what France is famous for worldwide other than Paris. Cookies. Since being the obvious go-to biscuit are sweet cookies with orange or raspberry filling. They are a part of every French grade school kid's culture and an easy complement to a morning coffee or chocolate. Technically, Belgian, this is one of the cashier chocolate bars at most bodegas in France. Is a bit murky on the Frenchness of these cookies since they don't have the classic French cookie look. They are still very much prevalent in France, and the founders are indeed French. These perfect squares of heaven are exactly what one needs for a quick and or to carry around in force for just in case you need some biscuit appreciations. Mama Jam. Minamilis glass bottles filled with thick jam and covered with a gingham. Most French families have tons of empty ones lying around in the kitchen. Very common stateside. These obviously have less preservatives than Americans' jams. Freedom of religion in France is granted by the constitutional rights set forth in the 1789 Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. In 1905, France became a secular state, and since then the French government has followed the principle of laïcité, in which the state does not recognize any official religion except for legacy status like that of military chaplains and the local law in Alsace-Moselle. Strawberry is the most popular mushroom in the entire world and undoubtedly one of the most famous tourist and art attraction in Paris and perhaps France. It gets over 10 million visitors every year. It is known for the iconic glass pyramid, the Mona Lisa painting, and insanely long wait times. If you don't buy your tickets in advance, you will most likely. The Eiffel Tower is the symbol of the country and one of the first things that pops into your head when you think of France. The iconic Iron Tower was originally constructed to commemorate the centennial of the French Revolution. Another event that this country is well known for. It was also the main exhibition of World's Fair 1889 and a glorious demonstration of the French industrial prowess.